Okay, I'm just going to do a couple of quick volume conversions examples. First one, we need to convert 5 meters cubed, or 5 cubic meters, you sometimes call it in the exam paper, to centimeters cubed. So I'm going to do it just exactly the same way I did for the length conversion and for the area conversion, or at least I'm going to start in the same way. I'm going to write down what do we know. So hopefully you should know that 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So that tells you to go from 1 to 100, I times by 100. And to go from 100 to 1, you divide by 100, which tells you that to go from meters to centimeters, you times by 100, which will work for any amount. And to go from centimeters to meters, you divide by 100. So just the same way as we did for area, if I wanted to go from meters squared to centimeters squared, I could times by 100 squared. With volume, if I want to go from meters cubed to centimeters cubed, I can times by 100 cubed. So the thing that gets it, if I go meters cubed, centimeters cubed, you times by 100 cubed. You're going to go the other way, you do the exact opposite, you divide by 100 cubed. So if the question said how many meters cubed in, I don't know, 25,000 centimeters cubed, you would need to divide by 100 cubed. In this case, we need to times by 100 cubed, which means times by 100, times by 100, times by 100. So we need to go 5, let me write it here, equals 5 times 100 cubed, which is 5 times 100, 500 times 100, times 100. And that is cm cubed. So I don't know how many dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 5 million centimeters cubed and 5 meters cubed. Quite a lot. Second one, convert 25,000 millimeters cubed, centimeters cubed, starting exactly the same way. What do you know about centimeters and millimeters? If you ever forget this, if you take a ruler into the exam, it often has millimeters and centimeters on, but 1 cm is 10 millimeters, right? So, same way, turn 1 into 10, you times by 10, 10 into 1, divide by 10, which tells me cm mm. If I want to go that way, times by 10, want to go that way, divide by 10. So if I want to do a volume conversion, which I do, so to go from cubic millimeters, or to go between cubic centimeters and cubic millimeters, or to go from centimeters to millimeters, I times by 10 cubed. To go from millimeters cubed to centimeters cubed, I divide by 10 cubed. So we are going from millimeters cubed to centimeters cubed, so we need to divide by 10 cubed. So the calculation is 25,000 divided by 10 cubed, which, just think of that, divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10 again. So we need to divide it by 10 3 times. So 25,000 divided by 10 once is, well, look, I'm just going to write it down. 25,000 divided by 10, take a naught off. Divided by 10, take a naught off. Divided by 10, take a 0 off. And the answer is 25 cm cubed. So I would say both those out. This seems like a surprisingly large number. If you've never done it before, you'd be surprised by how large that is. And the same with this is quite small, isn't it? So 25,000 millimeters cubed only ends up being 25 centimeters cubed. I would think you'd probably expect it to be a bit more than that.